I'm Claudia Sessa, and coming up next on WVU News, I'll tell you what's in this bag that had some Morgantown residents concerned for their safety. If stress is getting the best of you, you might want to hit the mat and give yoga a try. It's an ancient practice with modern-day results. I'm Claudia Sessa, and I'll explain coming up next on WVU News. I'm Claudia Sessa, and coming up next on WVU News, I'll tell you what the Morgantown taxpayers are paying for in this upcoming budget. I'm Claudia Sessa, and coming up next on WVU News, I'll tell you the City of Morgantown's plans to promote pedestrian safety. Morgantown residents received bags like this on their property. The contents of the bag include birdseed to keep it weighed down, and pieces of paper similar to this one, which include information on how to join the Loyal White Knights KKK group. The Morgantown Police Department has already received plenty of these bags, but are still urging residents to call if they feel threatened. Not only do poses like this downward dog yoga pose de-stress, they may also increase brain function and lower anxiety, making it less likely for people to self-medicate with drugs or alcohol. Hundreds of students use this crosswalk behind me daily to get to and from this parking lot to the Evansdale campus. But problems arise with the thousands of drivers that use this main road every day, leading to unsafe crossing conditions. In addition to the Bow Park budget, Councilman Ryan Wallace attempted to amend a section of the budget proposed by City Manager Paul Brake, which dictates an in-house attorney. The amendment would have kept the city attorney's office right here in City Hall. 4 out of 5 college students drink alcohol, and roughly 50% of those students binge drink. However, there is a solution in sight. Serenity Place helps students overcome alcoholism and other addictions. I went there to see exactly what types of programs are set up to combat these addictions. It's an all too familiar scene at college campuses across the nation, consuming and drinking large amounts of alcohol. According to the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism, over 150,000 college students develop an alcohol-related health problem. Morgantown Police Chief Ed Preston says the culture of drinking has changed in Morgantown over the past 5 years.
In taking the emphasis away from the consumption, the unfettered access and consumption of alcohol has changed significantly that emphasis. And so if the emphasis is not on getting drunk, the emphasis on coming to school, and the emphasis is the college experience.
And while that's good news for WVU, who in the past has been named a top 10 party school in the nation, there are still people who become dependent on alcohol while they are in college. People self-medicate using alcohol for a lot of reasons, many of them stemming from a mental health disorder such as social phobia or general anxiety. In fact, nearly 37% of people with alcohol dependence suffer from some form of disorder. But research from the Mayo Clinic shows yoga's power to fight anxiety and stress. Not only do poses like this downward dog yoga pose de-stress, they may also increase brain function and lower anxiety, making it less likely for people to self-medicate with drugs or alcohol. For yoga instructor Nicole Koval, addiction runs in her family, and she saw instructing yoga for addiction as a chance to give back.
Alcoholism and drug addiction run in my family. The most important person in my life that suffers from addiction is my sister. We're 10 years apart, so she's my baby sister, and she has struggled with addiction for many years.
And behind these walls, Serenity Place also offers help to recovering addicts through nutrition classes, mindfulness workshops, and sober jams. Students needing help with addiction to alcohol or drugs can visit the Serenity Place website to learn more by following the link at the bottom of your screen. Recently, there was a rash of Ku Klux Klan literature being distributed throughout the city. I spoke to Morgantown Police Chief Ed Preston to find out more. Recently, neighborhoods around Morgantown received Ku Klux Klan literature. Morgantown police say that the literature was thrown onto people's lawns by a passing vehicle as a part of a recruiting campaign. Morgantown residents received bags like this on their property. The contents of the bag include birdseed to keep it weighed down, and pieces of paper similar to this one, which include information on how to join the Loyal White Knights KKK group. The Morgantown Police Department has already received plenty of these bags, but are still urging residents to call if they feel threatened.
It's eased people's minds, but at the same time, it doesn't stop folks from feeling on edge because they may be in one of these groups that were degraded or denigrated by by this organization.
Some Morgantown residents were shocked by this turn of events.
It's sickening, it's repulsive, it's shameful, and I just take a little bit of glimmer of hope that it's not someone from our actual community, that it's someone out of state or out of the community spreading this racism and hate.
Bags like these have also been found in Pennsylvania and Virginia. The white supremacist papers have been attributed to a KKK group from Reidsville, North Carolina. The propaganda is protected by the First Amendment, although the people delivering this message, if identified, could be charged with littering fines and trespassing. If you or someone you know in the Morgantown area has spotted the propaganda from the KKK, you can report it by calling the number at the bottom of your screen. WVU and the Morgantown Pedestrian Safety Board are taking a closer look at ways to prevent accidents. WVU police have confirmed there was another incident on Beechhurst Avenue where a walker was hit by a car and taken to Ruby Memorial Hospital for evaluation. This time last year, a student was killed, and 19 days later, another student was critically injured while crossing the street. I spoke with members of the committee to find out their plans to make Morgantown a safer place to navigate. It was at this very intersection 1 year ago that WVU student Leah Berhanu was killed while crossing the street. And now, WVU and the city of Morgantown have joined forces to create the Pedestrian Safety Committee.
But I think what really heightened it was when we had the tragedy last year and another accident that really brought people together to say, hey, we know this has been an issue or things that could be improved, and we need to really work towards improvements.
Hundreds of students use this crosswalk behind me daily to get to and from this parking lot to the Evansdale campus. But problems arise with the thousands of drivers that use this main road every day, leading to unsafe crossing conditions. And unfortunately for Morgantown resident Hannah Booth, she was a victim at this very crosswalk, resulting in a concussion and other injuries.
So I was crossing the intersection on my way to work one morning, just as I would every morning. And it's my understanding that as I was in the crosswalk and had a signal to walk, and a car came out of the turn lane and was turning onto Patterson Drive and struck me there in the intersection.
Booth had to be taken to the hospital by ambulance. She also suffered from a brain bleed and scrapes and bruises.
I think it's probably safe to say I'm probably more hesitant and just a lot more aware of my surroundings.
And that's why the Pedestrian Safety Board has come up with a 90-day plan. In this plan, they are addressing the following: flashing signs at intersections and improving crosswalk visibility. The Pedestrian Safety Board is also looking at a larger plan to address pedestrian safety. This includes a 2-year plan that will implement the following: adding safety islands to roads that are 4 to 5 lanes and considering lower speed limits. And I'm Claudia Sessa. We have the story of how the city of Morgantown is helping spread awareness about children with autism. Thanks, Shayla. The Morgantown City Council recently reviewed the city's 2019-2020 budget. The budget includes a 2.5% cost of living increase for city employees. With community colleges becoming more affordable, it gives more students the opportunity to be a part of one of the fastest growing job sectors in the state. And I'm Claudia Sessa. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.